to try, but when they're that bad, that's saving any of those parts is going to be nearly impossible.
Just to fill you guys in on where we're at. Time-wise, it's 3:30. All right, so we need an inline fuel filter.
Pick up an order. Be right back.
And we need brake fluid. You know what kind of oil we need? Motor oil. Cameraman Ben, let's go get those things. It's getting nice out. It looks wet, but it's pretty warm. I'm calling out Jason, my boy Jason from Rescue Rebuild. Fix that one. They found this thing in the woods. Just in the woods in a tree somewhere. And then all the parts got taken off. Clearly, it's an F-22 if you didn't see. I don't know anything about airplanes. I just know it looks like an airplane. I need an inline fuel filter, and I need some brake fluid, and I need some oil for a 1982 Honda Ascot.
Oh, so close. Get in there. There we go.
I'm definitely not in your system, but my name is Kerr, K-E-R-R.
What was it?
Kerr, K-E-R-R.
Kerr K-Word?
Kerr.
How you spell it?
K-E-R-R.
Your first name?
Sean.
With an H. You got it.
E-A-N. S-E-A-N.
Spelled the right way.
Yeah. Is that your name also?
Yeah. Spelled S-E-A-N.
We're the same?
Same thing.
Wow, we're the same. Cool, thank you, sir. Awesome, thanks, guys. There you go, Steele. You push the shop back. I got it, I got the stuff.
Awesome.
Oil, brake fluid, inline, and a shop vac.
Awesome.
Steele comes in for the win. These gonna be all dust. You sound pretty upbeat about it. Yeah. Let's put some brake fluid in the rear one.
Yeah.
All I need is one brake.
Right.
And that's the rear brake. It's a flat track brake. That's fine. Cut out a little spout. Look at that. Cut out a little spout. Huh? Yeah, I'm just making this up. This may or not might not work. But it could be awesome if it works. Take that part out where I said I made it up. Wow, that's amazing.
Hit the brake, see what happens. Is it solid? Solid.
Yeah, a little bit. I think we're about ready to fire this thing up. We're about ready to ride this thing home. The guy's gonna come back and be like, you guys got 15 minutes to get out of here.
Right, yeah.
Hope the hotel, we think we can sneak this up in the hotel room? Did you check the oil?
No.
Yes. Oh, right here.
Oh, there it is.
Nailed it. Cover up that nasty looking horn.
Yep.
Oh, you like this?
Put it so Honda is up. Does it say Honda?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It was right the way I was. You found a nice tire to sit in? Tire man. Alright, let's make a decision about these tires. I'm gonna go with, they look pretty good, and we don't have time to change them anyway. What do you guys think? Would you guys just ride it home like this? Or would you spend a couple extra hours and change these tires? I think I did exactly what I didn't want to do on the front, but
Yeah.
my fault. I would drive it back to Pennsylvania with no brakes on. Brakes are a luxury.
Brakes are for suckers.
This is America.
Let's be honest.
Guys, it's me, Sean, from a few weeks in the future, and I have to tell you about the live session that we have going on June 27th that the robots don't want you to know about. We're going to have a big announcement on there, and a lot of prizes, and a lot of giveaways. And another thing that the robots don't want you to know about is they don't want you to join our text message group because they know it's the only way that we can stop them. It's also a great way for you guys to contact me and get cool notifications of what's happening with the Bikes and Beards team. And you can ask us questions and stuff like that. So to get on that group, text robots to 717-670-855. That's robots to 717-670-855. Oh shoot, they got me. Guys, I gotta go. Do that thing. Let's go back to the bikes in the past. Move. Beep, boop. Beep, boop. You can't stop the Bikes and Beards group. We're too strong. Now, I'm skeptical at what it looks like down here, but, this is nice looking. This is a really nice looking seat. I'm very pleased with this. No, I'm pretty impressed with how good the rubber feels. It's a great, great point.
Liking all of that so far. 40 years later, man, and I'm the first person putting this front brake caliper on.
That's crazy to think about it.
I know, right?
There's two parts to having a good running motorcycle. One, the running. The most important part, it looking good. Actually, yeah, definitely more important. So Craig, I mean, what Craig's doing is valuable.
Okay, Sean's gone. Let's get the work done.
Is it possible from the toolkit?
Anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
And that reminds me of the Bible verse of the video, Matthew 19:26. And Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Next time I put an ascot together, I gotta remember to do the fender before the tire.
You guys, you non-motorcycle guys, look at this. Put your key in here. Lock it.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Alright, so right now we have a couple problems. One, we don't know if it runs. Two, we definitely do not have any brakes. Three, we're running out of time. We're about to get this battery hooked up. That should give us an idea whether everything should turn on, lights should turn on. That'd be pretty cool. And then probably the first thing we're gonna find out is whether this thing runs. If we can't get it to run, we're dead in the water.
You can't even put them in cup holders.
Turn the key. Everything should light up. Gauges, rear light, not necessarily the headlight though.
Hold them like that.
Alright, tail light lights up. Gauges are not doing anything. Wait.
Is there a light switch? Well, maybe I just... Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to hook them up.
Classic.
That make a difference? There it is.
Was that unplugged?
Mm-hmm.
We got new tires, by the way.
The car needs blood. I mean, it's moving way more than what it was before. I say we just pop that open.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto East Highland Avenue.
Probably what's happening is it pushed the piston out. But it's not coming back down. Put some gas in it.
Get back to the road.
Oh, Ben's like,
Alright, so let's get to the back car. We're getting somewhere. Maybe it'll...
Turn right onto East Highland Avenue, then slight left onto Virginia Avenue.
This is a big epic moment. 1, 2, 3. Yep, look at it. Neutral light, lights on the gauges, headlight.
Slight left onto Virginia Avenue.
Out the entire way. On.
Continue on Virginia Avenue for a half mile.
How much we have to race the before it fires up? Okay, start again.
The neighbors drive, but
That's nasty. still a plan D, if you will, to get this bike roadworthy for the 320-mile maiden voyage back. Craig doesn't know this shit like home, and we'll find that out next week. To a wrong, untrained person go recognize me. Hey man, welcome here. I'll be just like some beers. Dang, I am going jack. The power to weight ratio 2 horsepower.
So okay, just a straight bike,
Sport bike. So you do have a ton of used bikes? Okay. I need bigger than that, man. I think I need a little more than that. What's this thing? Is that the fastest thing you got? What about this thing?
Sport touring bike.
What year is this?
2020. So it's yeah, pretty much brand new.
The first salesman, we'll call him Chris because I think his name is Chris, seemed hesitant at first to sell me one of these bikes, but entertained the idea of me buying a Honda VFR 1200, which is a 170 horsepower sport touring bike. But now I really want that Yamaha R1. We'll come back and see if he sells it to me. The next salesman we meet is Dennis, and he was a trip. Looking for my first bike.
I have several first bikes.
I'm thinking like a 1000 Super Sport or something.
Just those two right there.
If you're wondering how I'm getting the other video footage without the salesman knowing, my newest brother-in-law secretly has a phone inside of his pocket facing outward to record everything.
I tell you, that's most ideal choice you can make.
Oh, really? I drive pretty fast cars.
The difference is life and death. First bikes, 1,000 cc's. I want to be your primary insurance for your beneficiary.
I mean, they don't look that big.
They're not big, but they're 185 mile an hour too. So I've got that one, and the leader bikes.
So what you're saying? I mean, I got cash, but you don't think that's a good bike, first bike?
I think this is walk a little bit before you better run.
I've been riding mountain bikes for a long time. Does that make any difference? What do you ride?
I sold my bikes. I don't ride them anymore because I'm old right back to Harleys, Victories, and stuff like that.
Dennis was really cool, but very blunt. I got the impression that he's seen too many punk kids like me arrogantly walk into the store and buy the fastest thing they can and then wreck them on the way home. He even pulled out a line that I'm sure he's used hundreds of times, that if I buy this bike, he would like to be the beneficiary of my life insurance policy. But maybe I can win him over with my charm and vast knowledge of motorcycles. Can I sit on this?
Yeah. Those are aggressive bikes. BMW, they're extremely good bikes.
Which one's
And they're styling.
so how do you actually ride them?
Feet back, laying down.
What are all these buttons?
What's that?
What are all these
Different mode.
any motorcycle until I do this That's number one.
Yeah.
That's a good bike for me.
Right wrist could be all right. But that tire can come out from under you on the back end instantly if you don't have a good right wrist.
Strong right wrist.
No. Very gentle.
Gentle.
You have to have mental control of your right wrist.
Like this. If you're wondering where I'm at, I decided to make this video in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Because unlike in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, Colorado, in terms of wiretapping laws, is a one-party consent state. Which means, as long as I know that I'm recording myself interacting with someone else, I'm legal. But I'm also not a lawyer, so don't take any legal advice from me. Now, Dennis never gave up on me, but I did ask him for another person's opinion, hinting that I didn't believe him. He was much more patient with me than most people would have been. Don't worry, Dennis will get what he deserves by the end of the video. The next guy we talked to is Jesse. He's probably the fastest bike in here. For like a liter bike, for like a 1000.
For close to 20 years though, and I still ride 600s.
Yeah?
I personally own 1000s. I do like them, but they're just kind of overkill. I mean, you're a grown man. We'll sell you anything we want. We just like to do our jobs, and that way, if something is to happen, we have a clear conscience about it. Another thing I point out to people is littler bike, little mistake, littler problem. Bigger bike, little mistake, bigger problem.
Sounds like you got the camera real hard.
So, and I mean, like I said, I tell everybody, we're here to sell you what you want, and we do want to do that. We're essentially order takers. When you come back, you understand what we were talking about. You understand? It's just like anything else in life. I heard you say you drive fast cars. It's the same thing with motorcycles. That after you ride a 600 for a year, you're like, I got this. I think I need a little bit more power. You don't really need it. You're not going to use it a whole lot. It's just the adrenaline's worn off in those thousands. I mean, they do accelerate. That's, in my opinion, the biggest difference. Because top end speed, you're not going to be using even the 600 almost ever for all the power that it has.
Right.
But the torque and the acceleration is where the 1000s are a lot more fun.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate your input.
Yeah.
Did you have a car?
Yeah.
Now, say what you want about the biker community. It passes away, children and their families in need every single year. In every country with the Bible verse, Matthew 7:12. I was a know-nothing, ignorant outsider. They still treated me like the first guy, and see if he's going to sell me that Yamaha R1.
But still, yeah, kind of, yeah, I don't know. I don't really recommend usually anything more than a 600 for first-time riders, just because, again, they're pretty gnarly, you know. Especially anymore with all this modern technology in them, they're pretty wicked.
Even if I'm used to driving pretty fast cars?
Yeah, it's definitely a whole different ballgame. Do you have your motorcycle endorsement?
I've never ridden anything.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's you're gonna want to start out. You drop those things, so it's nice to start out on something that's maybe not as a mistake, you know. And if you drop it, if the bikes are a lot of things like that to consider.
Got it.
But yeah, we definitely, you know, we see some guys here who a little bit and at least let them take the riding course, you know, because you don't need a motorcycle endorsement to ride any of those things.
Okay. Alright, so that worked out better than I thought it was. Those guys did not sell me a bike because normally they would have got a commission. So I'm going to hook them up. I got their business cards right here. I'm sending each guy a pair of the baddest commission. And those salesmen who are doing unethical things, selling bikes that people shouldn't be having, I'm coming for you. And this time I'm not going to look. It might not look like me. I might be someone. I'll grab a pair off, slip $100 inside the Behind me is the most expensive electric motorcycle you can purchase on Amazon today. Looking suspicious, but now it's listed for $9,400. Dumb enough to buy thing for almost a trailer for other things. I have to put this bike together right here, right. A couple screws charged to get me back to the shop. Well, because I gotta ride this thing home. Why are you doing this to me? I thought we were. Now, apparently, this thing's been on the boat for the past catastrophic damage over here. Look at the other side. Alright, let me see if I can get the off. Pull the wrapping off the bike and see what we got. It does look, but I pushed on, and in about 2 hours, I had it's all put together. There's a key slot right here. See what that does. I hope I don't need it. The seat back on. Switch. Charge. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Maybe that switch in there, that's doing a bad thing. Okay, kickstands. That should make it work. It's doing stuff. Maybe there's some style. I don't know. Let's see. Charge up a little bit. The gas station was only a few hundred feet away, and we still had a battery life while pulling in. The good thing about combustion engines is you can fill in minutes, and gas station you can plug in almost anywhere and charge up for free. Even though our destination pretty much over, and then door electric tag and inline. The brakes are super warm. As soon as you get on the brakes, it dangerously starts to pulsate. The suspension, I don't know how you mess with the suspension on it, but the suspension is just horrible. Even on the smoothest, flattest road with no bumps, it's bouncing up and down like this. I've had $700 pit bikes, for children, made by crazy companies that had significantly better suspension than this bike does. That cost $10,000. Now, as far as looks of the motorcycle, it's not that bad. It's a kind of a decent looking bike, for an electric bike, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out why this says End Fast Furious on this side, and then the other side says Fast and Furious. I kind of feel like it's one of those things back when the trend of like Chinese and Oriental symbols people would tattoo on their arms and put them on the back of their car, where the symbol looked cool, but we never knew what the meaning was. We just knew it had some type of deep meaning to it, strength and stuff. I feel like maybe in China, people look at this stuff and they're like, hey, what does that mean? And they're like, American culture,
Continue on East Prospect Avenue for 1 mile.
It also has a hilarious bad sticker of Optimus Prime Sports on this side of the battery. Love that. That makes sense because it is an electric bike and it is also a transformer. Now let's move on to the gauges and the controls. First of all, the keys look pretty awesome. It feels a little lighter than what it should feel like. This is a pretty cool looking key, and it comes with these cool key fobs, which as far as I can tell, okay. Alright, they work, they do stuff. I was gonna say they don't do anything, but they actually do stuff.
Turn right onto N332
So over here you have a couple things that there's not right. First of all, it's got a start button that's kind of tucked away down here that they just doubled, and they're like, this is wired to the horn because it's an electric bike. It just needs a start button. It also has a kill and open switch, or an open and close switch, kill and start switch. And this is opposite. It's backwards of what it should be. It also has Roman numerals 1, 2, and 3, which would make sense if it was like less power, more power, most power. I press them, I don't feel any difference. The bike also has reverse, which is kind of makes sense. It's an electric bike. Why not put a reverse? All you gotta do is, flip a little switch, and it switches the polarity of the electric motor. That makes sense. I don't know why you need a reverse in a bike like this.
In a quarter mile,
it's
your
kind of cool.
destination
And
will
then
be
other
on
than
the
the
left.
controls, everything else is pretty basic, pretty standard for a motorcycle. Now, the way the powertrain's set up, it's actually pretty cool. And this is what makes this bike even quieter than some other electric motorcycles. There's no chain, there's no belt, there's no drive shaft. The electric motor is inside the wheel it's inside the hub of the wheel. Here's your battery box behind Optimus Prime. Somewhere is a wire, a thick wire, that goes through
Your
the swing
destination
arm.
is on the left.
And then here's your electric motor. Honestly, it's pretty
Customer
cool
requested you leave the
until
order
you
at
have to
their
take
door.
it to your
They added
mechanic.
the following
Who's got to figure out how to change
instructions.
the
Leave at my
tire.
door.
Dealing with all this stuff. Now, maybe it's really simple,
Dude.
but honestly, I have no clue. The bike also came with a rogue red wire, which honestly initially horrified me because I was like, this is important. But it works without it, so I'm just going to leave it in there because eventually I'll figure it out. Now, there's no gears on this motorcycle because there's no gearbox. And because there's no gearbox, there's no clutch. But there's still a lever up here. When I was riding this, I realized there's no lower brake control for the rear brake, which is normally right here on your right foot. What they did was they put the rear brake control up here, like they would with the scooter. It also has a giant storage compartment in here where they store the charger. But having a huge storage compartment inside the vehicle also makes it kind of like a scooter. So when it comes to electrical vehicles, there's 3 different stages and level of chargers.
What?
If you go to the, like Whole Foods or a gas station with Tesla chargers, there's the superchargers, and those are level 3 or stage 3. And they can charge up an entire car, I think, within an hour. And then the worst one is level 1, which is where you plug it to, your 110, house receptacle. This comes with the level 1. So that's all it comes with. So you can never have a quick charge. There is no quick charge option for this bike, which is why yesterday it took us forever because the bike had almost no charge. We would stop for an hour, charge up, and it only got us a couple more miles, and we had to keep on and then we had to charge it again. So with this bike being horrible and everything, you would kind of have to be an idiot to pay $10,000 for this bike. That's why I didn't pay $10,000. Right before I was about to pull the trigger and buy this thing for $10,000 on Amazon, I got curious and I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if I can find the same bike or a similar bike on Alibaba.com. I go to Alibaba.com. This is not a plug for Alibaba.com, by the way. I go to their website and I find the exact same motorcycle, like the same pictures and everything, for $680. So I contacted the manufacturer. I got the upgraded version. I got the one with the bigger engine. Apparently, I got the one with the longer range, so they say. And I got it shipped. It took 2 months to get here. It cost me $1,900 for it to show up. So now, you kind of look at the bike a little differently, don't you? At $10,000, you're like, wow, you got a piece of junk. That sucks. At $1,900, and it could have been a whole lot cheaper. It could have been around $1,200. But at $1,900, it's like, that's not that bad. That's kind of a cool looking bike, you know what I mean? Maybe put a new front end on there, put the different forks, fix the brakes. It might have potential. A couple videos ago, we found out that the Harley-Davidson Livewire has a range longer than what the manufacturer actually suggests it is. Let's put this thing up against that and see if this thing can do as long as the Harley-Davidson can. Now, the thing is, though, the big problem with this bike is it's not very fast, which in terms of range might be its biggest pro, because this thing might do a whole lot longer. Let's go find out. So I set off to test the range of my new electric motorcycle.
$1.96 for a burger and fries from Burger King.
Because electric motorcycles are known for their fast acceleration and
$1.96.
But not this one. This one tops out around 45
And I missed a shitty delivery. $5 for 11 miles.
It did, however, get me out in this beautiful countryside. And after this montage, I'm going to mansplain to you the big secret about this bike.
Rock wheels on that pickup.
So I'm flashing 1 bar right now. These gauges are very deceptive because I don't have 3 bars solid and then go right to 1 bar flashing, and it's flashing pretty slowly. So I definitely have less power. I can't go as fast as I did with it flashing at the last bar. I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna get. It's got, even though it's saying 3 bars, I think it's done. Yeah, that's it. It's got half battery left. That's all she's got. A whopping 34 miles range. That's how far we got with this bike. You can drive this thing flat out for about 40 minutes. Not that impressive. So what I realized about this motorcycle, that it's actually a sheep in wolf's clothing. Take the Super 73 bike, the one that Casey Neistat test drove. It's actually fairly similar specs. It lasts about the same range, but this one goes a little bit faster, but this looks way, way cooler. This is basically a scooter that looks like a motorcycle. The coolest looking scooter you've ever seen. And when you look at it that way, you think about it differently. In the same way that you thought I made a horrible mistake of buying this thing for $10,000, but then when you get that paradigm shift of, oh, you bought it for $2,000, that's not that bad. When someone tells you that that's an awesome looking scooter and performing scooter compared to the worst performing sport bike ever, definitely changes things. Guys, that wraps up the video. Put in the comments what we should do with this thing next. Subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. So we're gonna turn this big pile of stuff that we got from Harbor Freight into a street legal motorcycle. And we have no idea how we're gonna do it, except this is gonna be the seat. We know that. And that's gonna be the motor. We know that. So we got the idea from these really handsome guys on YouTube who build a motorcycle out of Home Depot parts. Let me show you guys what we got. But the general basic idea of this plan is this engine hoist, we're gonna chop that up, and that's gonna become the frame, wheels, motor, headlights, seat, and somehow we're gonna use this axle to connect the wheels to the frame. We're gonna need some more parts, but maybe you kind of see what we got going on right here. Let's do it. I can't see this stuff very well, like the vision of how this is gonna work, but single-sided swing arm is my plan. Single-sided front forks. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. That's also my plan. And some type of triangle. I know where the seat's going. I got that figured out. Also, here's the plan for the handlebars. Huh? Am I right? This makes sense. All right, Craig, bring my body double. Make this a motorcycle.
Let me guess, you have a meeting?
I'll be back in 3 days.
Don't make it too big, we don't have that much metal.
Is that not a motorcycle right there?
Why not just use one of these as your main frame?
Show me. You can always remove the tank.
There, dude.
So this is where we're at. This is our new motorcycle. I'm not gonna lie, the project is not going well. We have less clarity now.
275 Casey's.
But my only hope is that you guys saw a thumbnail of someone riding a motorcycle. We must have done it. We must have built this bike. I just don't know how we're gonna do it. Or how it's gonna drive, or how it's gonna steer, or anything. We know how to build it. Please throw in the comments. Now, you might be wondering why we're building this. And by far, this is gonna be our toughest build yet. Tougher than the Home Depot bike, tougher than the jet ski bike. And honestly, I have no idea how this is actually all gonna turn out. But the reason all goes back to this guy right here, my youngest son. And basically, he's a little clone of me and all my other sons. And I was reminded of something the other day, that when you're a kid, your imagination can make anything into anything. A cardboard box can be a race car, a blanket fort is a spaceship, of course a stick is a sword, but for me, and apparently I passed this on to my kids, everything was always a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
But somewhere along the lines, we lost our way. And reality kind of kicked in, and we realized that you can't commute to work on a couch cushion. And you were told that not only is that water pump not a motorcycle, but it's never gonna be a motorcycle. But what I'm here to prove is that with enough imagination and with enough Craig, anything can still be a motorcycle. Even a pile of stuff that you buy from Harbor Freight. Now, whether the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is gonna agree with that, we're gonna find out soon enough. To the big revealing moment. Wow, it fits.
Yeah, what's your plan?
I don't know. We realized that my shop was not equipped for a project of this magnitude, so we decided to go to Craig's shop.
Well, I drew up a template in CAD, and then Scotch taped it on here, drilled the holes.
To the other end. This is when things started getting really exciting because it was almost looking like this might actually work. See, this thing's really coming together. It's really looking like a genuine motorcycle. handlebars made, and you can see they're awesome. I mean, I should be selling these things online for like $1,400. It's so sweet. I don't know what Craig's doing over there. The question is, how do you actually mount these onto the bike? I really want to draw them on this. I'm going to check on the back of the bike. It's going to be a big thing. Front fork leg. Single-sided fork. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? You only live once. That's right.
I have the gas tank mocked in. I'll drill some holes, clean that up, and do a little bit of welding. If this doesn't work, we'll just have to figure something else out.
Alright, so it's the next day. I'm still working on the handlebars. Craig is working on. What are you working on, Craig? How much confidence do you have in this? Right, okay, 100%. I talked to him yesterday. He was that was not 100%. But Craig ran through a couple different concepts. Electric brake concept that sounded awesome and horribly sketchy. Craig, that's a fun looking machine right there.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy with it.
When I see that, a bike pops into my head of what that looks like.
Yeah, me too.
All right, on the count of 3, say what it reminds you of. 1, 2, 3. Ducati Panigale. Yeah, I see that. Let's go ride the thing. And as you can see, the bike was 100% an absolute success. I've literally ridden thousands of motorcycles in my lifetime, and I can say with confidence that this motorcycle right here is right there in the middle of the pack.
If you guys don't have Zesties on hand for any food item, you're not living. Dip your cookies in that.
How you doing?
Best looking engine crane I've ever seen.
You like that? Thank you much. You have a good day. But you know,
I gotta get
every
fuel.
great and even average motorcycles need a proper name. Now, despite what our attorneys say, there is only one appropriate name for this motorcycle. So how did we make this work of art street legal? Well, that's simple. You see that piece of plastic down there? That's a piece of a 2003 Honda Silverwing. And according to me, the bike started as a 2003 Silverwing. But then through a series of slight modifications, every single component got replaced with the exception of that plastic piece and the Honda service manual that goes with it. Everything worked just like a regular bike should, and nothing malfunctioned, not even the brakes. Now, I did everything I thought I needed to make this thing street legal. So, let's go see what the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania says. Hey, you guys do motorcycle inspections?
Just set it right here for now if you can. You got a kickstand?
I don't. There we go. There we go.
So, I think I've seen that.
We're gonna go over here to Murphy's.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I think that's a whole heck of a lot better than sitting over there and not pulling a motor out.
That thing's street legal, you darn right. Yeah, street legal, I'm pretty safe, Wisconsin.
I don't know. They're better than anything I could do, so you're doing all right.
To my surprise, probably everyone else watching did not get my official inspection sticker from PA. But even better, I gained the respect from those mechanics, which hopefully the police will acknowledge as equivalent if or when I get pulled over. But I still really wanted a sticker. So little box is a tiny little motorcycle. In fact, the cheapest pocket rocket you could buy on Amazon right now. Inside that box is the most expensive pocket rocket you can buy on Amazon right now. Mine cost this much. His cost that much. See what I did there? I don't actually know what they cost, but I just got a little bit of computer magic.
Good thing's got a little darker.
Yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Now, before we open these things up and figure out what we got here, I've always wanted a pocket rocket, but my dad said that they were not practical.
No. What I said was, you're a 34-year-old man. You can do what you want. So do you really want to replace your family Suburban with a pocket rocket?
Yeah, let's see what we got. So I'm not exactly sure, actually, if yours is the most expensive or if mine's the most expensive.
Wouldn't it make sense that mine was expensive?
It is bigger, but they're both pocket. I don't know. Yours looks like it's been through it, though.
That definitely looks like that box has been kept in better shape.
Where did yours ship from?
Mine shipped from
Altaloma, California.
Wisconsin.
Nothing good ever came out of Wisconsin. Or California. All right, open that one up. Here's the choking hazard. Small parts.
Yeah, if Kershaw's watching this, send me some Kershaw knives for these unboxings.
Hey!
This is cool.
Premix.
This is how, like, little kids' toys come in packages.
This is like console or
Look at the little kickstand.
This is so sick.
This bike is awesome looking.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to fit on this thing.
Man up and get on your tiny bike.
This is so tiny. It says no one under the age of 13 can ride it. Yet there's only people that can fit on it.
Yo, this is like a 5-year-old. Mine doesn't have a kickstand.
Dude, they're so tiny, man. This is crazy. He's just laying on the
I
ground.
don't have a kickstand. Look at it.
The white frame is sick, though.
Mine's once again pre-dropped.
They make sure you did crash test the thing. Now, this is the kind of thing I like to put together. Something that requires very little assembly.
All right, check it out. This is what I got in mine. Windshield. All right. Race kickstand. I have a race kickstand.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
mine's more of a race bike than yours. It's kind of like a girl bike.
Like a-
thing. These are the pegs. Do your pegs fold in?
Yeah, don't call them like pre-folded.
Might get pretty sketch when I'm getting super low.
My rear brake comes pretty locked up.
Really?
It doesn't want to move. There's a lot more, just things like 5 different tools in a manual.
Did you think these were going to be that small?
I didn't know anything could be that small. I'm tired of this. I got Lee Wang. What do you got?
Lee Wang,
Lee Wang
mine,
is top-notch tire brand.
actually, no. Mine are for racing purposes only.
So normally when we put these things together, we have a lot of components. Like the four-wheelers might take like 3 hours to do. This might not take us more than 2.5 hours.
Oh, you're pushing it now. Well, I think I'm done.
I got a lot more stuff I gotta put on. Where do these go to? Yeah, I saw this bumper sticker that said, "No airbags, we die like men."
That's kind of funny.
I like that. I feel like if I had a spirit animal, it'd be that bumper sticker.
What are you working on right now?
Just getting my handlebars tight. That's really all that came. Like, they came pre-folded in, but that was pretty much it. This is the kind of wrenching I like to do.
I cannot get mine tight enough with this stupid little stamped steel.
I'm gonna make a dedication to only use the tools that it came with.
Forget that. I'll make it real close. And as we've seen in the past, I'll have to go back and put Caleb's bike together for real. Or he'll just deal with the consequences.
These are so small that if you run a ground after riding these, you feel like you're riding a gigantic bike.
Oh shit, they stripped it. So we're only a couple minutes into this, and I've already stripped the only bolt I tried to put on.
It's a good start.
Yeah. It feels like we've reached a new level of poor quality.
Yes.
Like, this is horrible. Like, I can't even get this bolt tightened. It's not even, there's nothing to it.
It's a double R though.
So what are we gonna do?
What?
What happened?
The head just shredded right off. Look, the piece I'm trying to screw into just snapped right off. So now I gotta take this whole thing off. I gotta get a new bolt to go inside there because I can't get this thing to actually connect to it.
Like I'm gonna give an Allen key size for some of the bolts, but it doesn't actually give you the Allen key to screw in. So outside tool being used.
Tools I came with are junk, and they strip all the bolts.
Oh my god. Yeah, mine's doing the same thing actually.
I'm sure the engine is top quality though. So while this one's broken off, I'm gonna see if I can get this one to work. We'll have to go buy some new hardware for this size. I'll put it together as much as I can and see what. We'll make one trip to the hardware store.
This bolt just does not want to tighten to the throttle. I don't know what the heck it is.
It's just not tightening?
Nope, it just won't move. But it's the throttle, so then you gotta pull the throttle.
On a lighter note, this is the cutest windshield I've ever seen in my life. I also imagine that this could be a windshield for like a very little baby Adam. You'd get for like your little tiny like 3-year-old. I think it costs to make this 0.0007. That is the smallest chain I've ever seen. I've seen like pencil sharpeners with larger chains than that. My blender has a larger chain than that. That's so small. Yeah, check it out. Where's yours at? Yours doesn't even have exhaust.
Gonna just hide in between here.
That stupid pipe? Yeah, that's my exhaust. Looks like the frame just cut off.
What?
Yeah.
Well, your dual exhaust is pretty cool.
That's sweet, right?
Yeah. Stop hovering your bike over top of mine.
Kickstand's kind of a pain. Alright, so I feel like my whole thing's basically put together except for the windshield. Except I have a handful of extra bolts and plates.
Oh, you're like me, West.
But unlike you, I'm gonna solve this.
Did it come with a manual?
I'm a man, Harrison. Oh, maybe there's a thief for the belly pan. So I think what maybe happened before was I was putting the proper screw in the wrong place.
And that's why it broke?
Maybe. Or poor Chinese quality. In their most difficult endeavor yet, the guys from SRK try to put together little children.
Whatever you do, bitch. Whatever you do, do not jump from here, okay? It's very shallow. Alright? Staying right here, so fucking you chain from the end. No! You animal!
How's it going, man?
It doesn't have very
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you to court of law. You have the right to an attorney if you can't afford one will be provided by the state if available. You have the right to have an attorney present at any point during questioning. Oh, fuck, I made a mistake! God damn it. Fuck. Oh, shit. Real professional. Oh, shit. It's fine. Yo, what up? What's going on? Garrett, you're a fucking idiot. That's the best you can come. This is the state police. Anybody inside that has a gun out, put your hands in the fucking air right now. We can do it.
Dad, say something.
Oh my god. You okay, sir?
Oh my fucking god.
There goes all the fucking cash up in flames.
Okay, keep
name is Young Dab. Y-U-N-G. D-A-B. How did you do that? Yeah, show me how. Show me your technique.
You know, if you just want to, use your, your phone here, and you're going to type in your phone /UDAM.
Oh. Oh, wait.
Yeah, there you go. You can just be like, no, my name is Young Dan.
Thank you so much. You changed my life.
I'm probably the worst person you could have asked where the party is. Out of this whole city. But it's in my pants. I thought that was flirting, but I guess my bad.
Okay, so what was the make and model of your vehicle?
A
37Z or 370Z? 370Z?
Yeah, 370Z.
Just 36. Okay.
Spam it. I've spammed it before and it just bugged the fuck out.
Excuse us. Eugene, what are you doing?
I'm trying to pick up Eugene. Eugene!
This is a medical establishment.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Eugene!
Are you sure they'll okay with this?
It's fine. It's more of a drive-through hospital than anything. Eugene!
Yeah.
Is that you, Eugene?
Hello?
Eugene? Eugene! What's wrong? Listen! Is that you, Eugene? What? Why did they make you change clothes?
Head north.
Listen, lady, sing that fucking song.
Okay. Anytime you want a burger, head on down to Burger Shop. A burger's pretty hot. Make your birthday dreams come true. Anytime you want a burger, head on down to
I have one of those cars.
Shop. Burgers are pretty hot. Make your birthday dreams come true. Sit down real slow. Eat a burger. Do your business. Sit down real slow. Eat a burger. Do your business. Not that kind of business. That's inappropriate. Go out. Say, hey, I like the burger. Get that burger and you go. Sit down, down your slow. Anytime you want a burger, head on down to Burger Shop. I do not have time for your shit right now, okay? I've been sat here for 4 fucking hours. I've not been fucking paid, and I'm fucking done. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm fucking sick of you. I'm done.
She doesn't whine for enough to think of whine away, whine. Jesus, fuck.
Sick of me? You're sick of me? Where the fuck are you getting the uniforms from there for working at the burger shop? The bargain bin of value Phillies, bitch! Nice fucking 10 frame count, dirty ass, grimy fucking heat, I swear! I don't like your filthy fucking hamburgers
it take so long to get a bloody burger?
I don't understand. We've been here for 3 fucking hours already, and no hamburger.
I know
This
we've
is
been here
bullshit.
3 times for 3 hours. Every time we
My
come here,
God.
they tell us there's no meat left. What
That's
burger
exactly
joint runs
right.
out of meat?
Unfucking believable. This is unacceptable.
I'm chilling. She just went to
Steve? Yeah, I didn't see anything. I don't even like this job. I do want to work here, I just don't want to die, and this job feels like it's going to make me die.
this job, what are you scared of exactly? What's
Guns and bullets going in my head.
That guy. Okay. Yeah, so it's death that scares you, is it, mate?
Yes, death is a little scary to me. Indeed.
Alright, hey Joe, you can get up all the way. I think, you know, I'm really scared enough, mate.
Hey, you motherfucker. This is just an example of how things can happen in this wine industry, alright? Dude, okay.
Important. I've been selling blow and I will till my court date.
Head north toward North 14th Street.
Honest wine, zero crime, Kevin doesn't know.
Turn right onto North 14th Street.
No flex for show, so add that to the list of things Kevin doesn't know. I'm slinging dope. Ask me for $1. Answers nope. I'm selling blow. Go fuck you, Detective Snow. Selling magic, candy for the nose. So add that to the list of things that Kevin doesn't know. Hawaiian shirts, fuck with you. Body dirt. Popping bottles of wine. Motherfuckers hurt. Add that to the list of things that Kevin doesn't know. Fucking dab. I did this shit in one take. Your whole fucking life and rap career, it's fucking fake. What? Oh. Because my shit is top notch. Look at my watch, it's made of
Continue
gold
on
my
North
clock.
14th Street for 3 miles.
Oh, the hostage.
Oh, do you want to talk about it?
Yes, I would like therapy.
Alright, do you want to go to the psychologist's office?
Yes. Also,
That would be a
how many dollars is it?
80.
Oh man, let me see. Hold on. Okay. I'll be back later. I can't afford therapy right now.
Oh, Tessa, no, it's okay. If you can't afford it, I can do it for free. That's no.
Yo, got stolen by that guy.
That you do. You just
I'm serious.
smell.
Are you serious?
What's your goddamn name, sir?
It's Maximilian Thoroughbred.
What's up, motherfucker?
South 10th Street, then turn left onto East Cherry Avenue.
Who the fuck? Oh, this guy's still in there. This is a guy.
Turn left onto East Cherry Avenue, and your destination will be on the left. Your destination is on the left. The customer requested. Your destination is on the left.
to purchase more. You all will be paid.
Me. And then there are people that think that I'm a jerk.
You do know you're not
Do anything creepy. I don't even do anything creepy. You have the fucked up.
a man who is known to